Hi, I'm the girl assigned to you by local authorities. Use me however you want. The knock came just as Daniel finished bolting his workshop door for the night. It was a sharp, official knock, 3 taps, pause, then 2 more. Government rhythm. He froze, wishing he could pretend he wasn't home, but the amber strip of light leaking under the door betrayed him. Citizen Daniel Harlow. A voice called. Open for state delivery. Daniel cursed under his breath and unbolted the door. Outside stood 2 uniformed officials, their expressions neutral, and between them a girl. Young, no older than 19. Thin, pale, and barefoot, with a plain gray dress that hung too loose on her frame. Her eyes darted about nervously until they settled on him. You're assigned dependent, one official said briskly, handing him a sealed folder. By order of the local authority placement initiative. Daniel took the folder, feeling the weight of its inevitability. He'd heard rumors. The state was redistributing people now, pairing unproductive dependents with stable citizens under the pretense of balance. Most assumed it was just another way to tighten control. The girl bowed slightly, her voice soft but rehearsed. Hi, I'm the girl assigned to you by local authorities. Use me however you want. Her words were automatic, stripped of emotion, as though she'd said them a dozen times before. Daniel's jaw tightened. She's not some appliance. The officials didn't flinch. Responsibility is yours now. Food credits will be adjusted accordingly. Ensure she contributes. Non-compliance will be noted. With that, they turned and left, boots clattering on the metal walkway. The girl stood shivering in the cool air, waiting. Daniel sighed, running a hand through his hair. What's your name? Her eyes flickered with hesitation. They told me not to give it unless you wanted me to have one again. That answered more than he wanted. Come inside, he said finally. The workshop smelled of machine oil and old wood. Daniel repaired contraband tech for neighbors, radios, heating units, anything the state neglected. It wasn't glamorous, but it kept him alive. He cleared a stool for her. She sat obediently, folding her hands in her lap. Her wrists were bruised, faint yellow marks like fading shackles. You hungry? He asked. She nodded, but didn't move until he set a bowl of stew in front of her. She ate quickly, mechanically, as though trained not to waste a second. Daniel leaned against the counter, studying her. So, what exactly did they tell you? That I belonged to no one. That I would be assigned. That you could decide what I was for. She paused, glancing up. I can clean, cook, carry things. Or, if you want more, I'm trained for that too. His stomach twisted. She'd spoken the last line in the same empty tone as the first, but her trembling hands betrayed her. No, he said firmly. That's not happening. She blinked, confused. But that's what most. I'm not most. For the first time, her composure cracked. She stared at him, bewildered, as though she couldn't understand what kind of man refused free license. Daniel rubbed his temples. The government was cruel, but seeing their cruelty embodied in this fragile stranger sitting at his table made it unbearable. What did they call you? Before all this, he asked gently. Her lips parted. She hesitated as if searching through locked doors in her mind. Then softly, Lyra. That's better, he said. You're Lyra. Not property. Not assignment. Her eyes shone with something between fear and hope. Days passed. Lyra shadowed him constantly, eager to anticipate his needs. She scrubbed the floor until her hands bled, polished tools that didn't need polishing, and cooked more food than they had rations for. You don't need to work yourself raw, Daniel told her one morning as she tried to wash his clothes in freezing water. But if I don't prove useful, they'll take me away. Reassign me. Next time, I might not survive. Daniel's throat tightened. He wanted to tell her she was safe here, but he couldn't guarantee it. The authorities could return any time, demanding inspection. That night, while he was repairing a broken heater, Lyra crouched nearby, watching his hands with fascination. "How do you know where all the pieces go?" she asked. He smiled faintly. "I don't, not at first. You learn by trial, by mistakes. Machines teach you patience." She nodded slowly, as though filing the words away. "Could you teach me?" It was the first time she'd asked for anything. Teaching Lyra changed everything. Her eyes lit up when she held tools, her thin fingers surprisingly steady. She absorbed instructions like a sponge, even sketching diagrams in charcoal on scrap wood. "You're a natural," Daniel said after she fixed a cracked circuit board with almost no guidance. She looked proud, then quickly masked it, as though pride was forbidden. The weeks blended into a rhythm, repairing contraband tech, sharing meals, whispering late at night when the outside world felt distant. Slowly, her stiffness softened. She laughed once, an awkward, startled sound at one of Daniel's bad jokes, and then clamped her hands over her mouth as though laughter was a crime. "You're allowed," he reassured her. "Here, you're allowed." But safety was fragile. One gray morning, the officials returned. Their boots echoed in the alley before Daniel even heard the knock. Lyra went pale, dropping the wrench she was holding. "They're here for me," she whispered. "I wasn't enough." Daniel stepped in front of her as the door opened. "Inspection," the lead official announced. His eyes swept the workshop. "Dependent's performance?" "She's been helping," Daniel said evenly. "Learning repairs. More useful than half the men you've assigned labor to." The official raised a brow. "Learning? She's property, not an apprentice." "She's a person," Daniel shot back. A tense silence followed. The second official tapped his datapad, recording. "Careful, Citizen Harlow. Language like that gets noticed." Daniel's fists clenched. He felt Lyra trembling behind him. For once, he didn't care about consequences. "She stays," he said. "If you want efficiency, she's giving it. If you want obedience, you'll get it from me. But you're not taking her." The officials exchanged a look. Finally, with a curt nod, they turned to leave. "Very well. We'll revisit next cycle. Ensure compliance." When the door shut, Lyra collapsed against the wall, shaking. Daniel crouched beside her. "They'll come back," she whispered. "Then we'll be ready," he said. From then on, their lessons turned secretive. Daniel taught her not only machines, but codes, signals, ways to hide messages within schematics. Lyra proved sharper than he ever imagined. "You said machines teach patience," she murmured one night, soldering a tiny transmitter. "But they also teach resistance, don't they? How to keep working even when someone tries to break you." Daniel met her gaze. There was no emptiness left in her voice now, only quiet defiance. "Exactly," he said. They shared a long silence, both realizing the same thing. She was no longer the girl assigned by authorities. She was Lyra, apprentice, partner, and if they survived long enough, something more. The knock would come again, sooner or later. The state never loosened its grip. But when it did, Daniel knew one truth. They wouldn't find the same broken girl they'd delivered that first night.